Welcome to another episode of Your Voice Matters. Hello, and welcome to Your Voice Matters. I'm your girl, Viv Cunningham with Preferred Real Estate Brokers, selling the American Dream here in Central Florida. So today we're going to be talking about why fix things that is not broken. A lot of time we tend to want to change things, fix things, move it forward, and not necessarily mean it's working or it's not working. So why do we fix things that is not broken? So we're talking about um, commission, and the sellers are wanting the buyer to pay the buyer's agent commission. I don't know, maybe around some states, and eventually, right now, we are working on seeing what's going to be done. But our value as a real estate agent, it is we do so much for the community, and we have to prove and point out our value, how much work that we do behind the scene. A lot of time everyone don't know what we do because we don't always voice it, but there's so much that goes on behind the scene in order to make the deal go through, make the deal work. So I do a lot of first time home buyers, and I do a lot of grants. I do a lot of down payment assistance and things like that. But for those people, for the minority people that are looking for some help out there, and keep in mind, there's a lot of help out there that you can get. But for the minority that are looking for some kind of grant or some kind of help, they're looking for help because they don't have any money to put down in a house, but yet the money is there because there's different programs that help them in order to be able to afford the house. But paying a commission for a buyer's agent is not something that they're going to be able to do, because here they are already looking for the down payment in order to purchase the home. So right now it's out there that sellers are not wanting to split the difference in order for a buyer's agent to get paid. But it works because it's just one fee, and we decide to divide it with the buyer's agent. And what the consumer doesn't know is that if you don't have a buyer's agent, if you're not splitting the listing, if you're just having a listing and it's just a listing agent that is has the listing, and you can't bring a buyer's agent in order to buy that house, your house is going to sell for less. It's going to stay on the market. It's not going to sell, because that's why we have listing agent and we have buyer's agent. There's some listing agent that doesn't want to do selling, and there's some buyer's agent that doesn't want to do listing. So that's why it works really well, where you come together. Okay. The MLS, you put your listing on the MLS, and anyone is allowed to sell it so long as there's a compensation for it. But why fix why mess with something that is not broken? And just because of one or two people, a handful of people that wants to says, hey, okay, I don't want to pay a buyer's agent, but you know what, everybody, somebody has to get paid, everybody has to get paid. Okay, and that's why we have broker A and broker B. But there's a lot that's going on out there. There's a lot that we do in our community. Like we fight for clean water for you guys. We fight for HOA, a stopper certificate. We fight for insurance. There's so much that a realtor does out there that a lot of people don't know behind the scene. We go out there and we lobby. We do the RPAC, which means we collect money in order to pay the lobbyists in order for them to be able to work on whatever laws that we need change, or whatever we need change in our community. And we're always out in our community giving. So I have values out there that I work in my community, I volunteer in my community, I take care of my community, I make sure that I help people that needs the help to get into a home. Because in Central Florida, in Claremont, we don't have that much homeless, but in Orange County, we have a lot of homeless. And I go to Daytona Beach. I just came from Daytona Beach not too long ago, a couple of days ago, and they have a lot of homeless. I go to California. It's like, oh my goodness, the amount of homeless that they have there. It's like, it's like a street of a wall of homeless there. So there's just so much homeless. So in order to make the community keep going, these are the things that we do. We go out there and we lobby for you. Okay, we make sure that you're getting what you need to be getting. We talked about Flint, Michigan in one of my podcasts. No one wasn't looking out for those people up there. No one wasn't looking out. So therefore, what happened is, these people are drinking dirty water and they're getting sick. In Central Florida, we make sure that, you have clean water. We make sure that you have everything that you need when it comes to housing. We're working on the insurance issues that are out there, to fix the insurance issue. And keep in mind, the consumers are the one that created that insurance issue. So now we barely have any insurance company in the state of Florida to write insurance. And when you do, the ones that are left behind, the one that are here, they're exhausted. They're overwhelmed because there's so much policy that they have that they have to handle, all because of people that breaks the system. Okay, go out there and file frivolous lawsuits after lawsuit after lawsuit, thinking that, and it's all because of greed. All because of greed. You file this lawsuit because you think that, it's the best. It's gonna be the best thing for the community. But a lot of this stuff is not good things for the community. But we are working on a lot of these things. But the little people that are going to suffer are the people that cannot come up with their down payment. And they're going to have to now worry about paying a buyer's agent, compared to the buyer's agent just split in the listing agent just split in whatever money that they negotiate with the seller. So that's coming about. Lots of things are on the book that's going to be coming about. So right now, we still have the housing shortage thing. Okay, so we still have there's not enough affordable housing that's in the state of Florida and probably nationwide. I don't know what's going on in each person's town. I just know what's going on in my town. Nationwide, there is a housing shortage, and the housing that are shortage are houses for first time home buyers, reasonable houses that we are looking for home buyers that need to get into homes. Right now, interest rates is up high, and a lot of people kind of stagnant in the market. They don't want to purchase because of that. But home sellers that have equity in your home, you can sell your home if you want to and move up, or you can move down, whatever it is that you're looking for. But there's still the first time home buyers program out there. And Orange County know the value of giving money to people who needs it. The lenders know the value. The lender will also buy down the interest rate. Builders will do the same thing, buy down the interest rate, because they know the value. When the market becomes stagnant, people are not buying, and everything is just at a standstill. It's at a standstill. And remember when the housing market crashed in 2003, 4, 5, someplace around there, when it crashed? Remember how bad everything was. Everything, people was in need of work. There was not enough work. But interest rate was low. But now interest rate is high and the price of the house is high. So that don't mean that you shouldn't go out there and buy a house. Okay, you can go out there and buy a house. You still can find a few reasonable house. For the first time home buyers, most of them are FHA, which means the government sets it where you're putting down 3.5% of the loan value. And then the 3.5% can come from a grant. It can come from a gift. It just can't come from the seller. But the seller can help out with, with the closing costs to help close the deal. I'm looking on the MLS searching for houses for people right now, and I see sellers are giving $5,000 in closing costs. So that's great. Hats off to those sellers that are helping those buyers. Hats off to the sellers that are helping the VA buyers, for getting into a home. They serve your country. They serve their country, and they serve their country well. So now they come back. It's time for you to be able to help them by saying, okay, I'm gonna accept their offer on a VA loan compared to just, you just doing conventional or cash. You know, Remember, the market has to keep turning. The person that's cutting the grass, they have to cut the grass. The person who's cleaning the house, they have to clean the house. Who needs to fix a roof? Who needs to fix a wood rot? Needs inspection. All these things are needed in order for the economy to keep going. When these things don't happen, then the economy doesn't turn, and it doesn't turn right. If you have any questions, please leave your questions below. I'd be happy to reach out to you and answer any question that you may have. If you're looking for help in any way, what form whatsoever, whether you need a vendor, whether you need to get some help with closing costs, some help with down payment assistance. If you need any of that help at all, reach out to me, reach out to my team, and I would be happy to help you in order to assist you in acquiring a piece of the American dream. Go out there and create generational wealth. Go out there and buy that investor's property. Go out there and help someone that needs help. There's so much different help out there that people need out there. People are right now are in a stage where they're starving for knowledge. They're starving for the real truth. Okay, the real truth that is they're starving for. So go out there and help people. It's about our community, and it's about helping people in our community, no matter what it is. We come from all walks of life. Hi there. How are you? So you come from all walks of life, no matter what walks of life you come for. There's many different things that is going on out there. So right now, I go as far out as an hour out to find houses for people. People are looking for a great deal on a house. Okay, they're looking for great school district, for their children. This economy can't be stagnant. It has to be able to flourish, and it's so many different moving parts of flourishing it. So always remember that you need to find out the real truth about whatever it is that you're looking to find out. There's good neighbors awards out there that you can for people who are volunteer in the community, where you be able to elect people, you be able to select people about volunteering in the community. There's just so much. There's Habitat for Humanity. There's just so many different things out there that you can go volunteer for. Be in your community, be of the community, because the community needs realtors. Okay, and real estate agents are different from realtors. Okay, realtors are, they're governed by the code of ethic, which is NAR. A real estate agent may not necessarily belongs to NAR, but we had the opportunity of partnering up with different you know global people around the world, where if it's Romania, Ukraine, different people like that, different people from the Caribbean, Trinidad, Tobago. We have the opportunity of reaching out to these people and partner up with them. Realtors are good teachers. Realtors are good teachers. We are now trying to go into schools where we can help students, with either, fixing their credit if they have, depending on their age, finding help where they can maybe buy their first home, or maybe they can apply for grants, or maybe they can become a real estate agent. So we have to be about our community. We have to be about our community. But there are just so much different things out there that we can be doing, and you can be doing as well in the community, in order to help facilitate your community. Remember, if everybody just stays home and does nothing, then our community tend to die off. There's churches that you got to go to. There's meetup groups that you can go to. There's restaurant. Remember when COVID hit, people stopped going to the restaurants, and a lot of those business. I go to Daytona Beach. last week for a women's conference, which was great, by the way. It's great to get away and get refreshed. It's great to get away and get refreshed and rejuvenate yourself. But I go to Daytona Beach, and it was funny that there was a lot of places that are closed up. And the funny thing is, we made reservation to go to this restaurant, but the people that did not made reservation to go to restaurant, they were turned away. And the reason why they were turned away is that they only had one cook and they only had one waitress for Daytona Beach. And keep in mind, this was on the beach itself. Can you imagine that because of all of this, people, there's nobody working in the restaurant. There's no cook. There's no waiter. There's no busboy. So it's almost like this one person. There is one cook, and then there's this one waiter that is doing all the work. Go out there. There's lots of work out there. Go out there and find job. We have to nourish our community. Okay, we have to nourish our community by going out there and doing what we need to do. Okay, doing what we need to do in our community. Housing affordability in Central Florida, it's high, but you can still find something. If you look hard enough. A lot of time we look for a little bit and we give up. And then all of a sudden, when there's multiple offer, you want to jump back into the multiple offer situation. That's when you want to get off the fence. Now is the time to get off the fence. Now is the time to reach out to your lender. Now is the time to reach out to your realtor and buy that house. Okay, create generational wealth in that house. But there is a wealth of knowledge out there, for affordable housing. I'm going to NAR in October, to learn more. Okay, we learn in order for us to be able to teach you. Okay, we learn so we can teach you. But there's millions and millions of dollars that's being dumped into the housing market. Feds I was raising the interest rate right now, or keep raising the interest rate. I think it needs to be stabilized right now, where people can actually still be buying. People can actually still be have a good living. Right now things are at more like of a standstill right now because of finding affordable houses. Houses are still being built. Okay, don't get me wrong. Houses are still being built, but they are building at a higher price. But I've been doing some researches. If you want to move out into the outer skirt of Orlando, there's still good price houses. Because I was doing some research for a friend last night, and she says that she wanted me to do some research to see what prices are new houses. And I did do some research. And if you moved outside the area, you are finding houses, brand new houses, for about $280,000. So there is still a lot of affordable housing out there, but most people, they just want to stay within the Orlando area. And, of course, some people don't drive, so that makes a big difference. They want to stay within the Orlando area instead of moving out. I had someone that I'm searching for a house for right now. And, she says she'll move outside, 40 minutes outside, which is not bad to move 40 minutes outside. But I am here today just to let you know, have hope. Okay, go out there and do what you need to do. Don't let people hold you back. Don't let the naysayers stop you from doing what you need to do. Don't be afraid to help people. Don't be afraid to, Mr. Seller, don't be afraid to sell your house to a VA. Don't be afraid to sell your house to a FHA buyer. Go out there and multiply and make the economy turn, because when the economy is stagnant, then everybody suffers. Not just one person, but not just a seller, not just a buyer. Everybody suffer. But Mr. Seller, okay, Mr. Seller, hear me and hear me out. Don't forget that you need your realtors. You need your realtor to sell the house, and you need a realtor to bring a buyer. That don't mean because you list your house with a realtor that they have a buyer for it. It might be the buyer's agent that has a buyer for your house. Okay, and that's, if not, then your house be sitting on the market, and you might really need to sell your house real quickly, and it's sitting on the market so long because that realtor does not have a buyer in their database. But other realtors might have buyers. That's why, when you put the house on the market, You clicked on a showing instruction in the multiple listing service, and you reach out to the seller or reach out to the listing agent on the other side to say, okay, I want to make an appointment to show your house. And then that's when we work together. I made an appointment to show your house. I've sold so many houses. Majority of the homes that I sold, I am not the one that brings the buyer. It's a buyer's agent that brings the buyer. So why would you want a buyer's agent to bring the buyer, but yet you wouldn't want to pay that buyer's agent? Everybody has to survive. Everybody have to live. Everybody needs money to survive, and they have to live. So why would you be taking away money out of a buyer's agent pocket because they're not the listing agent? But the listing agent is still probably not going to sell that property anyway, because they might not have that buyer inside their database. Okay, they might not have that buyer there, so they might be the buyer's agent. That's why there's such thing as listing agent and such thing as buyer's agent. So I am just here to educate the public, let you know what's going on, to let you know that's what is going on in the courts, where we're fighting right now to say, well, is a buyer's agent is worth their money? Okay, just like a listing agent is worth their money, because a listing agent does a lot of stuff behind the scene that you don't normally do. We give you photograph for free. We put your listing. It takes time to do all these things, to put your listing in the MLS. It takes time to put your listing. And are you saying that if you don't put your listing in the MLS, it's not going to sell? It might sell, but it might sell slower. It might sell slower because with putting your listing in the MLS, because of that, it goes out to places all around the world. Okay, it goes out to different countries, because a lot of different countries are coming in the United States to purchase a home, whether they're doing a conventional loan or they're doing a cash, but they're coming in to buy. What happened if it's just a listing agent? The listing agent can't do everything. Okay, the listing agent can't do everything. That's why there's a buyer's agent. So, Mr. Seller, reconsider about not paying your buyer's agent, because one way or another, the money has to come from someplace. But it keeps the world turning. It's just like with the feds printing money. They throw out the old money that needs to be thrown out, but yet they bring new money in order to they print new money in order for the money to turn. Okay, you get rid of the old, out with the old, in with the new. Okay, so I'm here rambling on because it's concerning that it's gone this far where Mr. Seller don't want to pay a buyer's agent because they say they pay. You're only paying one person, really. You're only paying just one person. You're paying the listing agent, and the listing agent is just splitting their fees, and giving the buyer's agent a cut of it because they brought the buyer. If they didn't bring a buyer, you would not be paying them. Okay, they brought a buyer, so it's time for them to get paid. Reciprocity, where both agents are both agents are getting paid, and everyone is living, everyone is surviving. So anyway, Viv the Caribbean team, preferred real estate broker selling the American dream here in Central Florida. Leave your questions and any concerns that you may have. Your voice matter, my voice matter in the community, everybody's voice matter inside the community. That's why there's so many different personality, because everybody matter. I thank you so much for listening. Thank you for tuning in on Your Voice Matter. So you know what? Make it the best day of your life. You never know when it's your last. I have the buyers workshop, home buyers class that's coming up in November 1st. Money is still out there. Okay, money is still out there. They're still giving money for down payment. They're still giving money for closing costs. So send your buyers. Okay, send them. It's a more difficult to find, of course, find houses, but eventually, if they look hard enough and they seek, and ye shall find. Okay, make it the best day of your life. I look forward to connecting with you real soon. Leave your comments below and make it a great day. Okay. Thank you for tuning in to Your Voice Matter. See you next time. Thank you for listening. See you on the next episode of Your Voice Matters.